and they take its rectum and they throw it on a fire.
I ate that whole thing. Timon and Pumbaa are disgusting. You don't want to eat them. Nebraska was in Roy?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Sushi jackknife. 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 Sushi jackknife.
When the moon hits right. What's CBGB stand for? I've never known. I'm ashamed to say I don't know.
Country bluegrass something. I can't remember
Really?
what the B is.
And what's the OMFUG?
I can't remember all of it. No.
Okay.
It was a country western band. Or a
Bar. Huh. That's funny.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of Ramones lately. I think it was because here at your house, we listened to one of their records on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I realized that I had not really listened to a lot of their albums. They've got quite a few. And a lot of them are good.
I noticed you said a lot of them.
I mean, they're not all great, but I haven't listened to all of them yet, to be fair.
What do you think about the Phil Spector producer?
That's funny that you said that, because I was just thinking about that. What the first one he did is the one with the red cover with all their heads.
Yeah, he only did the one.
He only did the one.
Because it
didn't do so.
It was a disaster all around.
Mm.
That's the one where he famously held Johnny at gunpoint.
That happened, huh?
Until he got the guitar riff right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's hard to believe he murdered someone.
So hard. Yeah, let me pull up Ramones albums, but yeah, that one, I listened to that today, interestingly.
It's a bit much.
Yeah, it's not what you think when you think Ramones. I'll say that.
It is what you think when you think of Phil Spector.
It is, yes, very much.
Yeah, it's if you ran the Ramones, you took one of the AI things.
Yeah.
And you were like, make the Ramones sound like the Ronettes.
That's it. Yeah.
And that's what happened.
A lot more effects, a lot more overdubbed instruments.
We're trying the whole wall of sound. There doesn't need to be a wall of sound. The Ramones made enough sound.
They make quite a lot of sound. Actually, they kind of have a wall of sound kind of thing of their own going.
Yeah, you don't need to layer more things on top of that.
Yeah, that would be end of the century, 1980. With the big single is probably Do You Remember Rock and Roll Radio and Rock and Roll High School.
Yeah. Rock and Roll High School is decent.
Oops. There's a song on there called Chinese Rock.
It's all about how much they love Chinese food. I don't remember that song at all. That album, I had always heard it wasn't very good, and I skipped it.
Yeah.
And I'd heard you've heard Rock and Roll High School.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I'll listen to it, and started listening to it, and I was like, no, I don't want to anymore.
Yeah, just stop. Though the one prior to that, Road to Ruin, that was especially good, I thought.
Yeah.
That one's got, of course, that's got I Want to Be Sedated on it.
Yeah.
But questioningly, Needles and Pins.
Now, have you gone through the whole discography?
No, I mean, I listened to their last album. I listened to Adios Amigos.
Because you get that weird phase towards the end.
Yeah.
Where it was like they were doing biker rock.
Yeah. Like hard rock.
Like they met Lemmy from Motorhead. And I mean they were friends with Lemmy.
Okay. Yeah.
And they went, well, we can kind of do that too.
Yeah.
And that's what they did.
Yeah, there's a funny crossover there because it's not exactly metal. Though metal people would probably be more at home with Motorhead than punks. But I don't know if those lines were as set.
Motorhead crosses over. Mm-hmm. They're a multi-genre rock band.
Totally. Yeah.
Like all the metalheads like them.
Yeah.
A lot of the punk people like them.
Yeah. And then your bikers like them too. Yeah.
You'll hear them at Sturgis.
For sure. Come on. I mean, that music just sounds like motorcycles.
Yes. It's at Sturgis. I would bet the top two, I'm going to say top three now because I know how right-wing the people who go to Sturgis are for the most part.
Yeah.
Top three people played there have to be ZZ Top, Motorhead, and Ted Nugent.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm sure they've all played there at one point or another.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's...
yeah.
So we just went to Chicago, right?
Yeah, you did.
And my wife's family is already starting their trip plans for next year.
Oh. You just had the family trip.
Yeah. No, they immediately jumped into it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Which, part of why this one worked so well, in my opinion, because it actually went well. We can talk about that in a minute.
Well, that's nice.
Is my wife's older sister just planned it and just went.
Sweet.
She texted me at the end of November and went, "Hey, would you guys like to go to Chicago?" And I went, "Yeah."
Yeah, great. I'd love to.
Sure. Why not? Why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
And that was all that went into it.
Okay.
But now they're planning a full year in advance. It's going to be a disaster. That's too much planning.
Just saying it needs to be a little more off the cuff.
Well, I mean, only one person needs to be planning, not all the people.
Yeah, that's probably true.
If you're going to pre-plan a trip, the fewer people involved, the better. And if you have...
I'm inclined to agree with you.
If you have, let's see, 8 adults and however many children all going to the same place.
Right.
And they're all going to have varying opinions.
Right.
But also, most of them won't say the opinions out loud and will just kind of go, I mean, I don't really wanna, but, you know, if everyone wants to, I mean, you know.
My God.
It's not going to go well.
No, it won't go well.
The planning won't.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be a fine trip.
Yeah,
as long as we don't go to the ARC experience in Kentucky.
Oh, boy. Well, it sounds like you might end up there.
And it was one of, like, 15 suggestions.
Okay. But, I mean, they built an ARC, you know.
You know, we laugh at it. But when the world floods again, Ken Ham's going to be the only one laughing. He'll be pointing at our drowning bodies as he gets on his ARC and floats around.
Floats away. Yeah. Did you ever see that movie Snowpiercer?
No.
It's sort of about like an ice age, like we go through another ice age, which is the opposite of what's happening right now.
Right.
All the words I'm seeing in the news right now are about how everything is boiling.
Mm-hmm.
The world is boiling. Well, in Snowpiercer, the world is frozen from... I think they were trying to combat climate change, and they decided to shoot some stuff up into the atmosphere, but it kind of overdid it.
Well, you know that's a real suggestion.
I do.
That they're reaching that,
I do know that's a real suggestion. You have to block some of the UV or whatever.
This is how dumb the human race is.
Yeah.
Okay. We created a disaster.
Yeah. Over the course of a couple hundred years.
Right.
Yeah.
We've had people go, okay, this is happening.
Yeah.
To stop it, you need to be mildly inconvenienced.
Right.
Then they went, okay, a little bit more inconvenience because you didn't do the mildly. And now we're like, how about instead of that, we just find a way to stop the sun?
No one wants to be inconvenienced.
Right.
So
I really am enjoying my truck right now. It gets 4 miles a gallon.
Yeah, it's great.
Did we just shoot something up into space?
Yeah, I mean, we're probably not going to have any shortage of crazy-ass ideas in the next few years.
No.
As people, I think we might be reaching a point where more people are going to come around to the idea that climate change is real. Not everybody. We're never going to get 100%, but I think we're going to get more. And as that happens, the crazy-ass suggestions are going to roll in.
Yeah.
You know?
It was bound to happen eventually.
Oh,
We're not going to stop doing anything.
No. This is such a weird time to be living through because, we're like mid-30s to late 30s, right?
Yeah.
Sure, excuse me. We have our existence has contributed in some way to this. However, most of that was not any of our choosing, and I think that's probably the case for a lot of people now. It's just like, I don't know. We're like the age to be like, all right, you guys deal with this. You know? People older than us too, sure. People younger than us, but like, we're gonna be the adults in the room before too long. I mean, we already are to a certain extent.
We're getting there.
Yeah,
and honestly, we might be in better shape if we can.
Yeah.
Get the boomers out.
Generationally, I think we are.
Gen X is probably fine.
I think they get it more so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our generation gets it.
Yeah.
The boomers don't get it.
I don't think so. Some do, obviously, but as a whole.
Well, some of every generation gets everything.
Of course.
There's also people in our generation that are like, hey, you know what's awesome? Just blatant racism.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
We like that.
It's hey, have you been to Sturgis? They play Ted Nugent. It's no good.
Oh, man. So in my nights lately, I have discovered that my ritual with television is kind of solidifying into something different. I have
go on.
Well, I've almost given up on.
I like to have sex with it.
Well, yeah, there's that. It's got points. Get a good old fashioned VGA port to fuck. That's excellent. It's hard to find those.
Yeah.
Maybe an S video. Oh. So I have all the options in the world, right? God knows how many fucking streaming services I'm a part of, right?
Yeah.
Several. At least multiple. 5. I think it's at least 5.
I will say that I know it's at least 3.
Because of stuff.
Because I may or may not also have those services.
Right.
For some reason.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no sharing. Don't worry about it.
No, we don't share anything.
No.
But with all those options in front of me, I'm finding that what I like to do more now than ever is just to find those channels that are already showing something, either on the old school antenna or what I really like is on the Pluto or the Roku.
This is why Pluto
channels
is succeeding.
Yeah, those live channels.
Because you realize, okay, I feel like we have to explain this because I know that everyone knows about Pluto.
Sure.
You just see the ads. There's some on-demand stuff on Pluto.
Yeah, they have.
But a majority of it is just a series of channels that's like the Lifetime movie channel.
Yep.
And
that's all they do.
The Law and Order channel.
Yep.
That's just episodes of Law and Order 24/7 forever.
Exactly.
Which they could go forever and maybe not repeat an episode.
Quite a while. The Mystery Science Theater 3000 channel.
Yeah.
For example, there's a Doctor Who channel. There's all this stuff. There's an IFC channel.
Mm-hmm.
On IFC channel the other week, I had found a show. I happened upon it. A show I'd never heard of before.
Mm-hmm.
A show that only ran for 8 episodes.
Okay.
Short episodes, relatively short episodes. These are not like 45-minute episodes. And I wonder if you've ever heard of it. It's called Gigi Does It. Have you heard of this?
No, I have not heard of it.
Okay. Do you know who a David Krumholtz is? Does that ring a bell? Okay.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
So David Krumholtz, did he do anything bad?
Not that I know of.
Okay, great.
I mean, he did rape that seal, but...
it's just...
No, I'm sorry, he raped Seal, the singer.
Oh.
That's worse, right?
I'm not sure.
No, as far as I know, he's done nothing.
Okay, right. So he's obviously got a mask and a suit and all that, and he's playing Gigi, a retired Jewish woman living in Boca Raton, who in episode 1, her husband dies and leaves her $6.2 million.
Go on.
She decides that what she should do, she's 76, what she should do is live out the rest of her life spending this money however she pleases. And the subsequent next few episodes are, I think, really funny and a lot of fun.
That's pretty wild, actually.
Yeah.
I just looked up the picture.
Yeah.
I would not know that was him.
Mm.
The prosthetics department.
Yeah. I wonder why it was
above and beyond.
I wonder why it got canceled after only 8 episodes. I couldn't
Well,
find it.
IFC 8 episodes is probably a full season.
Oh, really? Okay.
Most of their seasons are 8 or 10 episodes.
Ah, that makes sense. It has a really low score, too, on rating sites, it seemed like.
IMDb, it's a 6.3.
That's crazy low.
6.3 out of 10?
Oh, out of 10. Never
Yeah,
mind.
no,
Oh,
IMDb.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant out of 100.
No, it's not like Brendan Shaw low. You've seen Brendan Shaw's comedy special on there, right?
No.
Okay, so you know who Brendan Shaw is.
I've heard the name.
He's a comedian / podcaster, mostly podcaster, very bad comedian.
Okay.
His first special got a 1.6 out of 10. His second special got a 1.1. Which means, like, one person was like, I'll give it a 2.
Oh, God. Wow.
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay.
It's real bad.
But Gigi does it.
Yeah.
So what does Gigi do? Well, a lot of it is, it's real dirty. It's a real dirty show. Gigi, finds herself after, 40 plus years of marriage, not finding herself. Gigi buys a gun. Gigi hires a personal assistant who is this Canadian fella who's afraid of ice skating. You'll have to watch the show to find out. Gigi dates. Gigi learns how to cook dishes for men.
I was just looking at that episode. Oh, George Wallace is in this,
George
too.
Wallace is in it, yeah, for one episode.
George Wallace.
Yep.
Oh, he's only in one episode?
He's only in one episode that I saw, yeah.
I like him.
He's good. He's good. He's the man she's trying to impress with her food.
There you go.
He's not pleased.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a charming and I think funny little show, and I was so happy to find it. So they ran it in order, and so I just watched all of them. I just sat there and watched all 8 of them in a row. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there to the world. Gigi does it.
Yeah.
Seek it out. I think you can only buy the episodes online.
They're not even on demand for
I
IFC.
don't think so. Not that I saw. But you can catch the IFC channel on your Roku or Pluto or whatever the hell.
It'll cycle back around.
It'll cycle back. It did today. Before I came, it was on again.
Yeah. Well, so they're not going to put all the new stuff on there.
Right.
It's going to be the stuff that they probably aren't getting an audience in the on-demand streaming, I would bet.
Right. Yes, that would make sense.
So older stuff.
Yeah. This is 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But most people aren't watching IFC on demand anyway.
Nah,
most people aren't watching IFC.
I think that's probably true.
They messed it up when they stopped doing independent films.
Yeah, that was what they should have done.
That's what it stands for, guys. Come on.
Independent Film Channel. I used to watch quite a lot of independent films on there.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, it was interesting.
And then they stopped doing that, and now it's just whatever they can get the rights to air.
Yeah. I think that's the situation with Gigi. But yeah, highly recommended if anybody is looking for something. Low commitment.
I'm pretty sure it was IFC that we saw Family Matters was on.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah, that's
not...
And Step by Step, they were doing all the TGIFs.
None of those are independent or film.
No. Or good.
They're on the channel.
Yeah.
That's about all you can say.
They existed.
Yeah.
They hired cameramen and presumably editors, things like that, to make them.
Yes.
bad
boy.
shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were on a lot, too.
I turned on Step by Step for like 5 minutes. And it's worse than I remember.
Mm.
And I don't remember it being good. Like, it wasn't
Right.
like I turned it on going,
Right.
I thought this show was great. I turned it on going, I bet this show's just as bad as it was when I was a kid. I was wrong.
It's worse.
It's worse. It's aged very poorly.
I just remember the song. Step by step, day by day.
Yeah, there was one band in LA that was getting a lot of sitcom work in those days.
Totally.
I assume it was the same band.
I think it's a safe assumption. I watched one time a supercut YouTube video of all the Power Rangers theme songs,
Mm-hmm.
and occasionally it would cut to a dude singing it, and I think it's all the same dude, pretty much.
That sounds about
This
right.
dude that can do like that metal voice kind of thing,
yeah.
and that high pitched kind of, David Lee Roth kind of thing. Kind of cool, or whatever. So how was Chicago?
Yeah, it was fine.
What did you do in Chicago?
So the first couple of days, we just kind of bummed around.
That's good.
We went to the pier, the
Okay.
Navy Pier.
Yep.
Which is the touristy thing you have to do.
Got to do it. Did you see the
I don't
bean?
know why. No.
Okay.
We saw. Oh, have you seen the bean?
Yeah, I've seen the bean.
Were
I've
you
seen a
impressed
picture
by
of
the
the
bean?
Huh?
Oh, have you seen
I've never
just
seen
the picture?
I've just the bean. I've never seen the
Okay.
bean in person. Yeah.
It's fine.
It's a big metal bean.
That's it. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah.
When we went before, we were with a whole group of our friends, and everyone's like, let's go to the bean. We have to take pictures at the bean.
Bean!
And I'm just walking around the bean going, I don't understand why we're doing this.
Or why there's a bean in the first place.
I don't care. I don't have a problem with the bean.
The bean didn't do anything to you.
The bean just is there. I'm
You're there.
next to it,
Uh-huh.
and I leave. That's my relationship. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't get it. I don't understand.
That's fair.
It's not that cool looking.
Yeah.
It's just kind of there. It's a big, shiny, bean-shaped metal thing.
Is it the kind of, I don't know what the history of the bean, is it the kind of corporate art that they were trying to destroy in Fight Club?
Yeah.
With Project Mayhem?
Kind of.
Yeah.
It was, I thought it was older.
Okay.
And then I looked it up, and it's not even like an old thing.
It's the 80s.
No,
Oh.
more recent than that.
Whoa, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
it was like late 90s, something
Huh.
like that.
Huh.
So
Wow.
it's not even like a thing where this is a Chicago landmark that's seen the rise and fall of the mafia.
Yeah.
It was here the first time the Cubs won a World Series. It's just a new thing, and Chicago's tourism board, you gotta give them credit.
They pushed the bean.
They went, this is a destination, and everyone went,
Oh, okay.
all right, let's go.
Yeah.
It's shiny.
I gotta see this bean.
I don't understand.
I mean, it's a good photo op. I guess that's the one thing I could say about it,
It's fine.
Yeah.
But I think it stops being a good photo op when everyone has the same photo.
Sure. Well, we've convinced people here in Nashville that they need to stand in front of murals.
Yeah, I don't know how we suckered those
How the
people
fuck
into
did we
that.
do that? There are lines to stand in front of a fucking mural.
It all started with that stupid Taylor Swift one. Where she did something on a wall where it was like wings.
Well, that's the one that's in the Gulch, I believe.
Yeah, it's still there.
That's related. I didn't realize it was related to her.
It was something. There was something that was related to an album release, and then the We Believe in Nashville thing.
Yes, we believe in Nashville.
And
I don't know that I do, by the way. Believe in Nashville. I have reservations about believing in
I
Nashville.
mean, I don't have a problem with Nashville.
Well, I just mean like some things. Some things. Yeah. But I have my issues, but yeah, what the fuck? Murals.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
The things that cities put up just to get people to stand there and take a picture blows my mind.
I know.
And the fact that people do it blows my mind.
Yeah,
So,
I'm with you. I'm in complete agreement on this one.
if I were in charge of a city,
Yeah.
every city would just have stark gray black backgrounds. Nothing going on.
Did you eat anything good in Chicago?
We had an Italian beef.
Oh, the sandwich, right?
Yeah. I had a hot dog because you have to have a hot dog.
You got the full Chicago dog.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
There was one day I wasn't hungry. I was like, well, I'll just get a hot dog.
On the street?
No.
Okay.
Hot dog stands.
Ah.
They don't really have
The carts.
that much. And so we stopped in this hot dog stand that was over by our Airbnb.
Yeah.
And I ordered the jumbo dog.
Yeah.
Thinking the jumbo dog would be like they had a meal that was 2 hot dogs.
Okay.
And the jumbo dog meal.
That's a separate meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I assume that's like the 1/4 pound hot dog.
Right. It's
Right?
a big hot dog. Yeah.
I get the hot dog. It's like the foot-long hot dog,
Oh yeah.
but on a regular bun.
So it sticks out.
Yeah, so I just have like this large phallic symbol that it's coated in green relish, like bright green.
Yes. It's a symbol of power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ate that whole thing.
Did you get it with everything? Did you get the sport pepper?
Oh, yeah.
You did the whole thing.
You have to do the whole thing.
You did. I agree.
It's, the first place we ate where we got the Italian beef had hot dogs too. Because every place has both of them.
That makes sense. If you're going to do one, you might as well.
And they had little shakers of celery salt to add to it.
Oh, wow. As if you want more.
Yeah, like, oh, did we not celery salt this enough?
have extra.
Yeah. So
the beef, has that got the, what's that stuff? What's that
au jus?
The au jus, but like the little pickled peppers and stuff. I forget, what is that
You can
called?
get it sweet
Garden
or
melon?
hot.
Ah, okay.
You can get sweet peppers or hot peppers on it.
Okay.
Hot peppers are the way to go.
Yeah.
Sweet peppers are for little weenies. Also, the hot peppers aren't hot.
Okay.
They're like mildly spicy.
A little bit spicy. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. We did end up having Chicago style pizza.
Yes.
Which
I like it.
I'm fine with it.
It's a gut bomb.
I don't think Chicagoans, I don't think they actually eat it.
Well, yeah, they have the tavern that they eat, right?
Yeah, they have that tavern pizza.
Yeah. That
which
seems
is just pizza.
much more consumable on a regular basis than deep dish. Deep dish is like something you have quarterly.
Yeah.
Let's say.
And
if at all.
And after the quarter, it may have passed through your system and you have another. It either is going to stay in your system for a long time or leave immediately.
Right. Like when we had that deep dish place near my house.
Yeah.
What was that place called?
312.
312.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, is probably the area code or something. Mm-hmm. Okay. When we had that, I ate it almost an obscene amount of times.
Yeah.
But I never felt good, and now I can't eat cheese.
Yeah.
So what's that? What's that telling you?
It broke you. It did.
I think it might have, honestly. Like
your body went, that's too much. We're not doing this anymore. It's not allowed.
And then that milkshake I got from Cookout did me over. That's when I knew
that
I had a problem.
The Cookout broke you.
The Cookout milkshake broke me. Or maybe
what flavor was it?
I don't know. I probably got a vanilla knowing me. Boring.
It wasn't even a good one?
Yeah. Boring.
Oh, man. You had your last real dairy experience.
Well, milkshake experience. Yeah.
Like solid dairy.
Oh,
experience.
all dairy, yeah.
And it was just a vanilla Cookout shake.
To be fair, I like vanilla milkshake, man.
I mean, I like a vanilla milkshake too, but Cookout, they've got Dr. Pepper shakes.
Do they really?
Yeah.
And
that tastes like, they have cheer wine.
Yeah. Cheer wine. Ooh.
Which is a thing I didn't know about till I moved to the South, and that's something the South got right. Cheer
that's
wine.
like a North Carolina thing, which so is Cookout, so makes sense.
So good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
This is a cheer wine.
Okay, so for those who don't know, it's cherry.
Yeah.
And something. It's not even a cherry cola. It's just like a cherry.
You know how you don't know really what Dr. Pepper tastes like?
Yeah, that's
it's kind of like that, but more cherry.
And less successful.
Yes, more of a regional thing, less of a national thing.
We had okay, so in Chicago, I can't remember the name of this. It was green something.
Soda?
Yeah. No, like the name was green something.
Okay.
But it was like a lime green soda.
Okay.
All
right.
I tasted this at our hot dog shack because I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's apparently it is a lime flavored soda.
Okay.
That was from the early 1900s. Was at one point the number 2 fountain soda of all time behind Coke. This is like in the 30s.
Wow. Yeah, it's been a while.
And then just died.
Something changed.
Yeah, and there's apparently it's just novelty sodas, and 5 places have it on tap or have it on the soda fountain, and this is one of them.
Huh.
It's terrible.
Okay. Fair enough. You didn't like it?
No, I didn't even it's you fill up your own drink.
Yeah.
I just got
taste.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Taste it. It's like green, like lime Kool-Aid.
Okay.
If someone made it too strong and carbonated.
Ooh. Okay. So really, really lime.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Okay. Like overly sweet lime.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know what people in the 1930s, maybe there were just no other options in the 1930s.
Could be.
They didn't have Cheerwine or Dr. Pepper. And it's just like four people who went, I don't want Coke.
Something different.
Give me that green shit.
Yeah. I'll take the Ecto Cooler over there.
Oh man, it's rough.
Sounds like maybe you cut it with something else, maybe it'd be okay, but I don't know.
But they didn't do that.
To try that, yeah. What are they up to?
Let's see. I'm trying to think what else we did in Chicago. We went to a Cubs game.
Oh, that's good.
It rained.
That's bad.
We were under a cover.
Oh, that's good.
We left early because it was.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. There were rain delays. Yeah. I didn't have another good to sandwich in the middle of that one.
I was looking for a neutral, but we didn't get there.
And that was fun. That's
neutral.
about it.
Okay.
Chicago. I like Chicago. I think I could live in Chicago.
It's a real city, right?
Yeah.
It's like here we're just kind of playing around with being a city.
Well, I mean, it's like 9 times the size of where we're at.
And they actually have transit.
Because it's 9 times the size of
right.
where we're at.
Right.
If we got to 9 million people in the Nashville
we'd have to figure
city
out.
Limits, there'd be some transit.
I think so.
Now, where they put it, I do not know.
That's a great question. Monorail.
They'll never be a problem. It's never going to be that big. They don't need to worry about that.
So I'm continuing to watch No Reservations, which you got me on.
Yeah.
And I think I'm in season 3 right now. And when I'm not watching, Gigi does it.
Right.
On repeat. Because I can't. But his episode when he's in Brazil and the wealthy Brazilians, the traffic, where is he at? He's not in Rio. He's in whatever the other big city is in Brazil. I don't know. Not Rio.
Not.
The other one. San something?
Brazil City.
Yeah. That one. And the traffic is so terrible there.
Yeah.
The people who have enough money, they just take a fucking helicopter.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, people do that in LA.
I know, but they don't
That's how Kobe died.
He was just commuting?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was taking his daughter to a basketball tournament and was in a helicopter.
I mean, these weren't even they didn't seem like ultra rich people.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing the helicopter cab is a little more affordable.
Probably.
In Brazil City than it is in LA.
Yeah, well, I think LA, it's like, I own a helicopter now.
Right.
You are my pilot.
Yeah.
Let's go, guy.
Take me places, pal.
I'm sure you can charter them. But
I'm craving a lime soda.
I looked at Green River.
Green River
is the name. Green River.
Green River.
Look at that monstrosity.
Well,
that's not the color of the bottle. That's the color of the soda.
That's real green.
Yeah. Wow. The bottle is clear. Based on the cup I had, a completely clear bottle.
Wow. Holy moly, man. That's another level.
Yeah. It's not a good thing. It's a problem.
Mm.
And it's probably for the best that it's no longer the top.
Yeah.
Or the second highest. Can you imagine the sugar content of that?
Can't.
Like that's probably where diabetes started. It never existed until that came about, and then now it's here.
Speaking of diabetes, since I am on my way out of the South in a little over a week from now, I seem to be drinking as much sweet tea as I can possibly handle. Just to pack it. Now I know I can make it myself, obviously, but I'm packing it in, man. I'm packing it in.
Well, you know you're not going to get it in a restaurant.
No. I never. Here's the thing. I only order it if I go to like a southern food place. If I go to Olive Garden, I'm not ordering sweet tea. You know what I mean?
I understand the words. I don't understand the ordering of it at all.
But I was at a meet and 3 the other day, and I'm like, well, when in Rome, this is a sweet tea place. I could get a Coke anyway.
When in Rome, ruin a drink for me, please.
You only say that because you didn't grow up with it. You don't know.
It's just so bad.
Different. I mean, yeah.
It's
for you, sure.
No. It's okay. Here's my issue. Sweet tea.
Yeah.
I don't mind sweetened tea.
Sure.
Sweet tea is not sweetened tea.
No, it's something
Sweet
else.
Tea is 1 part sugar, 1 part tea.
Pretty much. Have we recorded since we went to Knoxville? I can't remember.
I don't think we have.
Okay. Jackie's Dream.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Speaking of places that would serve you sweet tea, but you still probably shouldn't drink it because it's sweet tea and it's disgusting.
While we're on a food roll, though.
Yeah.
I mean, man.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're in Knoxville, Jackie's Dream, go eat it.
Go eat it, Jackie's
Soul
Dream.
food place.
Yeah.
The chicken.
Fried chicken.
It's good. It's good. Good chicken.
Sides.
Greens were good.
What did I get? Pinto beans?
The honey bun cake.
Yeah. Oh, I ate that the next morning. That was a life changer, man.
I don't know what that was.
Nope.
I don't know what they did. I don't want to know.
No.
Just make it again.
It was so good, man. The okra was so crispy. Fried okra.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. What do we have? Cornbread? Do we have cornbread?
Yeah.
Yeah, cornbred was good.
Yeah. All of it was good.
It was all
Everything
really
was
good, man.
It was better than Green River. And definitely better than sweet tea. It was very good.
Yeah. Yeah. I put it up there with Arnold's, and you know how highly I esteemed Arnold's here when we had it.
Yeah, the honey bun cake and a glass of sweet tea. I want you to compare this.
The sugar content?
Which one do you think has more sugar?
Oh, the glass of sweet tea, I'm pretty sure.
It probably does, right?
Yeah, probably. It probably does. Let's say definitely in 2 glasses of sweet tea.
But I'm talking like a 20-ounce glass.
A big glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of sweet tea. Because they don't come in... No one has ever ordered a small amount of sweet tea.
That's true. You're right. It is a bulk drink.
It comes... Yeah. Like, you order sweet tea here in the South at restaurants in gallon jugs.
Yeah, you can get it that way. Usually places that have it really good will let you take it home.
Yeah. I mean, even places that probably aren't very good will let you. I know that I've seen Witt's Barbecue advertising you can get gallons of tea there. It's not good.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up where, both of my grandmothers made it daily or whenever they ran out. And it was always there. We always had it. It was always available. And they made it. They both made it, and I had it so frequently that I could compare and contrast between the two. One grandma used slightly more sugar than the other one.
One used 2 cups instead of 1.5 cups.
I still remember my mom's mom. She had this little kettle that you put on the stove,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like a metal thing, and it was painted. It was painted white with a design on it, and that's what she would steep the bags in.
Okay.
So what you end up doing is making like a really concentrated black tea, right? And then you add like
all the sugar
till it's sweet enough. I think it's the general.
But see, the problem with that plan is it's boiling hot tea, so you can't really taste it well enough to see if it's sweet enough.
Right.
So it's just a guessing game.
What she would do
is dump the bag.
You start with a bag of sugar,
right,
and you see how it goes. No, I want to say it was probably about half a bag of sugar. No,
that doesn't.
Honestly, I'm not lying.
No, it is thick for people who haven't had true Southern sweet tea.
Yeah,
it's not really quite a liquid anymore.
No,
in some places,
its viscosity has changed. But no, so she would take the concentrate. She would let it steep, let it cool off a little bit, pull the tea bags out, pour that into a pitcher, and then she would add sugar. And then what she would do is dilute that until the pitcher was full or until it tasted right.
Okay.
So that way you could play with it a little bit.
Right.
Make sure you were in the zone.
So it's like making a tea simple syrup.
Kind of, actually. Okay. Actually, that's a really good description.
Did you guys ever do sun tea?
No, I never heard that until a couple of years ago here. Never heard of it.
I think that must be a Midwestern thing.
Okay. What, you put it outside?
You just put it in a window.
What do you do? Walk me through the process here.
I don't even know the full process. It's you get a tea bag and some water.
Cold water.
Yeah, okay. You put it in a window.
And then it slowly sort of... Oh, okay.
And it tastes like tea. I don't understand.
I
don't understand that either because it's just tea.
But that's kind of mild, though. Mildly flavored.
But it's going to be like the same amount of tea flavor as just like making iced tea.
Yeah, probably.
But you just did.
It's like a cold brew.
I don't know.
Kind of thing. Huh.
I don't quite understand why my Midwestern relatives did any of the things they did. See, sweet tea in my life was my relatives getting iced tea and 2 packets of sugar and putting them in the tea and then you stir it up.
Yeah.
Which is terrible.
Well, it never dissolves.
That's actually worse than sweet tea, and sweet tea is terrible. You know how I feel about it. That's just having like weird granular stuff in your tea that floats around.
See, that's where we got to figure it out here because you want it to dissolve.
Yeah.
You need that heat to get it to turn into a liquid.
I did when I worked in a restaurant in Kansas City.
Yeah.
There were enough people who wanted their sweetened tea that we did have simple syrup that we would present when people ordered iced tea.
See, that's a good idea. That's a much better way to do it.
And inevitably what would happen is you would forget the simple syrup for the people who actually want sweet tea, and then you'd notice that they dumped a bunch of sugar packets in it, and you're like, well, it's over now. I don't know what to do.
It's too late.
Or you'd bring it out to the person that's not adding it at all. The only time you remember it is the person who you can tell, like, oh, I'm on a low-carb diet, and I'm not doing that.
I've been thinking about being up in the Northeast, and I've been thinking about, well, it'll be the first time I'll have lived out of the South. Right? Mm-hmm. I've been to plenty of places, right? But lived different stories.
What's the longest you've been in the United States?
Yeah, in the United States?
Outside of the South?
A couple of days, a few days, probably. I'm trying to think. Yeah, probably staying with Philly Steve, or staying with when Nebraska was in Roy was in Nebraska.
Nebraska was in Roy?
Yeah.
Oh man. Hi, Roy.
Yeah, Your obligatory mention on every episode. Yeah, probably one of those. I mean, when I was in South America, I was there for like 7.5 weeks.
Right.
So that's the longest I've been anywhere besides.
I feel like that's different.
It is different.
Because it's such a different culture that it's. I think it's probably almost. I don't know that I would say easier, but just different to just have everything be 100% different.
Right.
Than to have it be like 50% different.
I actually did have a little bit of culture shock because I had never really traveled anywhere much before. And I had a good like week of being like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
You know, like I can't get the things I'm used to getting, especially around food.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I have that Bourdain thing in me, man.
You can't just eat everything that people eat.
I don't think I can. I can do it. I'm not unadventurous.
Yeah.
But I'm not so adventurous either.
I think I could do Bourdain's job.
Okay.
Because he only has to go in for a week at a time, essentially, and eat this food.
Right.
And maybe less than that.
Yeah.
I think any time beyond like a week.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, we're eating fish on beans and rice again? What is this?
Yeah. You might get a little bored.
Yeah. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Or when you, I think the difference is too when you're no longer eating like the I'm visiting.
Right.
And you're just eating like a person who is there now.
I live here.
Yeah. It's a very different situation.
The only one that really has depressed me so far, and I think it probably depressed him too, was Namibia. Do you remember this one?
No.
So this is a country in southern Africa, and they don't have a lot.
Right.
And they live in a desert basically, or like a bush sort of land. He visits a village, and the village is struggling, but they're like getting by because they have this one fruit that grows there, and they make it into everything they can.
Right.
They make the seeds into something. They prepare it in these different ways, and like at the time, they're not like they were pointing out that the children are not malnourished because they have this one fruit they can eat. They eat other stuff too, but mainly they eat this one fruit.
It's a good fruit.
It's a good fruit, and we don't have it. I don't know what it is. He goes to visit the bush people.
Oh boy. And
that is a different story.
Yeah.
Altogether. And I don't think I could have done it.
No.
They find ostrich eggs. I could eat an ostrich egg.
Yeah, I'm not out on that.
These guys take an ostrich egg, they poke a hole in the top, they scramble it up inside.
Okay.
Still good.
Fine.
And then they cook it on the hot ground. They make a fire on the ground and they cook it on the ground. And so there's hey today. Do you remember this one? Or are you just making an
She's
appearance?
just being generally disruptive.
Yeah, that was coy. That was they just cook it on the ground.
Uh-huh.
Probably they don't have pans, I guess. I don't know. And so they eat it, and it's like scrambled eggs with like dirt and sand in it. That's not the worst, though.
Wait, so they dump it out of the egg onto the ground? Okay, I was picturing it still in the shell.
No, they crack it open at some point.
Okay.
And ostrich eggs are huge. They actually look delicious. They're ginormous.
You know what? In Oklahoma, my grandma lived right across the street from an ostrich farm, and you could buy their eggs.
There you go.
Have you ever had one?
Okay.
But, they're just big old eggs.
Duck eggs are good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's not the worst though. They hunt down a warthog.
Okay.
And apparently, usually it takes a while. They shoot it. They have these little bows and arrows, and they shoot it with the bow and arrow. But usually, it takes it a while to die. They have to track it down.
Yeah.
This one dies quickly. They must have hit it well or something. They take it, and these people don't have a lot of water. so there's no real like washing or anything that happens. And they take its rectum and they throw it on a fire. They essentially dress the hog on the ground, throw the rectum on the fire, and that's the first thing they eat. Unwashed.
Did he eat it?
Oh yeah, but he did not look happy. He said, "Oh, it's good. It's good."
Yeah.
No,
you can tell when he does not like it.
Yeah.
That book I read about Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
His director wrote it.
Yeah, that's what we. Yeah.
He was talking about how it was you're finally in the group once you've had explosive diarrhea and food poisoning.
Right.
Like you're not fully one of them until you've had to call down and go, I can't film today. Someone else is going to have to do that part.
Right.
There's liquid out both ends.
I'm shitting at you. Yeah.
There were a couple times where Bourdain got sick and they would have to extend the shoot for a day or try to figure out how to reschedule things. Everyone got food poisoning at some point.
Yeah. God, man.
I mean, it's bound to happen because at the very least, even if you're not eating warthog rectum,
unwashed.
Unwashed warthog rectum that's probably not cooked well.
Yeah.
Like I'm not assuming it's not done to the proper CDC internal temperature.
Yeah.
For warthog rectum, whatever that would be.
I'm guessing 165. Yeah.
Seems about right.
Yeah.
Like even if you're not doing that, you're eating so much stuff that you've never had and you're never going to have again.
Right.
All the spices.
Not to judge these people. It's just, it's just that it's so foreign to us.
Well, I mean, it's like the spices in different places.
Yeah.
You haven't had them.
No.
You're not used to them.
Right.
Your system doesn't know what to do with them.
Exactly.
It's the same thing as like when people come to America and try, one of our many seasonings like salt.
Big Mac sauce.
There you go. when they try that Thousand Island and relish mix, and then they're just shitting for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
It messes with your stomach if you are eating foreign things.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We just don't have any culture, so.
That one was shocking. I was like, oh boy. And I felt for that. I mean, the people were obviously fine. This was completely normal to them.
Yeah.
But looking at it from the outside, I was like, holy God.
Yeah.
Like, this is just a different story.
What part of a warthog? If it's being cooked poorly, would be the best part of a warthog to eat.
Yeah. Probably, I don't know. I mean, it's a pig. It's a pig.
Is it as meaty as a pig, though?
Well, apparently the flavor and smell of shit had permeated all of the meat.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So.
And I would have guessed probably more sinewy.
I mean, and you're eating Pumbaa.
Yeah.
And we all know how hygienic Pumbaa was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to guess it's got a haunch or something. That's probably not bad.
Yeah, I'm just saying, though, like, The Lion King.
Yeah.
Like, if you had to choose between Timon, Pumbaa, and Simba, when they're running around, gallivanting through the jungle together.
Right.
Like, I'm picking Simba.
Yeah.
Timon and Pumbaa are disgusting. You don't want to eat them.
We had a whole song about what they eat. Didn't look good. By the way, the bugs was the thing that he liked the most in Namibia.
Yeah.
The bush people. The bugs, they find these bugs in a tree. They roast them.
Mm-hmm.
You pull out their little gut. They have salt, so you throw a little salt on them, and then you just crunch them.
It's a salty, crunchy snack.
It's a salty, crunchy
bug snack. I mean, I've had crickets.
How was that? Just crunchy?
It's crunchy. Yeah. It's salty.
Yeah. Where did you have a cricket at? Crickets.
At some point, they were selling them at Whole Foods.
Yeah, they were. In a little box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like already someone roasted. At work had them, and I was like, you want to try crickets?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you don't...
Everyone does that like it's they're being really crazy and edgy.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at this weird food I got. Okay.
You don't seem to have too many hang-ups about this kind of thing.
No.
Yeah.
The only food I don't like is peas. Specifically canned peas.
Okay. I mean, canned peas are kind of atrocious.
Yeah, they're awful.
I can understand.
Fresh peas are fine.
Fresh peas are good, yeah.
Peas, like,
Butter.
in a pod, those are good.
Yeah.
Canned peas, but.
I got you.
But.
What about if that cricket had been a dead but raw cricket? Same game? Because I feel like the roastedness helps a lot.
Well, it would make it crunchier.
Yeah, which is kind of fine.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I would probably still do it.
Yeah.
But I don't think you'd enjoy it as much.
A gooey.
And it's not seasoned either.
True.
Do I have hot sauce?
Yeah, I'll allow you hot sauce.
What kind of hot sauce?
I'm not going to make it easy for you.
Okay.
You got Texas Pete.
I could do it.
Okay, all right.
No, Tabasco, I don't know if I could do it with Tabasco.
Okay.
Actually, Texas Pete probably is the correct hot sauce for raw cricket. If I had to pick, it's either a Texas Pete or a Cholula. It's one of the two.
I'm convinced I can eat almost anything if it's got enough Cholula.
Yeah.
Almost.
Well, see, Cholula would be good because it's thick.
It's thick.
So it's going to coat.
Yeah, you want that.
Tabasco would be terrible because it's thin.
Very
and
thin.
Disgusting.
Texas Pete's kind of in between. It's a little thicker than Tabasco.
Yeah.
But they're kind of the same thing. You know?
It's Texas Pete is essentially a slightly better Tabasco. I don't know. Tabasco.
I like Tabasco. I'm a Tabasco guy.
I'm not a huge fan.
Okay.
Well, of plain Tabasco.
Okay.
I will say
like
they got all the weird
the green, the chipotle.
I like the chipotle.
Yeah.
The green's good too.
Okay. We went to, so I'm having a lot of lunches and things with coworkers right now as a saying goodbye.
Yeah.
We went to, we've been saying Superico. So this is the restaurant episode. We're just going to talk about food.
Superica.
Well, I think it's actually Super Rica.
Okay.
But everyone's been saying Superico. And it's Mexican type of place. It's not really fusion-y, maybe a little bit of fusion-y.
Okay.
But it's over in the Gulch where you find this kind of thing here. And it was really good, I have to say, today.
How many people did you see working there that weren't white?
Actually,
this is how I judge this restaurant.
Amount.
Okay.
I couldn't see into the kitchen, but the servers did not appear to all be of Caucasian origin.
If you have any sort of okay, I'm going to lay out restaurant rules here.
Yeah.
These are rules we've discussed, and I'm adding to them.
Yes.
Number one. And I added this in Chicago.
Okay.
Okay. So we've talked about barbecue places. If it's a hole in the wall, it's better.
And almost assuredly.
You are guaranteed to have a good barbecue experience if it's a hole in the wall.
Yeah, I think so.
You are also guaranteed to have a good experience if it's a soul food place, if it's a hole in the wall.
It's a better shot, definitely. Yeah.
I'm adding in
Mexican food.
Okay, we'll add Mexican.
Okay, I thought that's where you were going.
No, but that's good too.
All right.
And I'm going to add in hot dogs.
Yeah, I think
because the Chicago hot dog places we went to, and the Italian beef, were all hole in the wall.
Yeah,
they had some that weren't.
Yeah,
and you could just look at them and go, I don't want it.
Yeah. Well, any of these places, you don't want them to be. You want them to be clean, but not too clean.
Right. Okay, so that's rule number one.
Yeah, rule number one.
Those places, make sure it doesn't look like it passes a health code, but then you see that it did pass, and you're like, oh, cool.
All right. Surprise. Yeah.
Number two, any restaurant that is any sort of fusion, an ethnic food, if you look around and everyone that works there is white, get the hell out of it.
Book it.
That is an incorrect restaurant for you. It is not going to be good.
Yeah. No.
As a white person, I can tell you, don't trust us to cook Puerto Rican food. Don't trust us to cook Cuban food.
No.
Don't trust us to... Nothing.
Asian fusion?
No. No. There's a whole...
Get the fuck out.
I don't know if you ever watched The League. I think we've talked about
A
it.
little bit. I
Okay.
watched The League, yeah.
There's one episode where Ruxin goes to the best sushi place in town, but his sushi chef that is making him fresh sushi right in front of him is Timothy Oliphant. And so he doesn't want to eat there. That's the correct response in that situation.
Well,
You do not
also,
want to eat
Timothy Oliphant is a bit creepy.
Yeah. It's a creepy white guy. Not who you want.
No.
Those are two very, very important rules.
I like these rules.
Third rule.
Oh, there's another rule.
Well, this is the most important.
Okay, I like rules.
If you are at a restaurant and they butcher a warthog and cook its rectum in front of you,
Yeah.
Go. Just go somewhere else.
You don't have to eat there.
No.
You have options.
There's so many other places. There might be a dirt egg downtown. You don't need to... Sushi Jack.
Yeah, Sushi Jack.